Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers powered by Lenovo Z UK. Ash Answers is the show where we answer your questions that you tweet out to us with the hashtag Ash Answers. And now that the intro's out of the way, let's get the questions.
Are you going to bring the new MacBooks to the table for us?
Uh, I highly doubt it. I did think of buying it, but it's around 25% price higher in India.
Than the old MacBook.
No, than the US prices
Yeah,
if you're buying it here. So again, if I'm gonna import, it's gonna take a while. I am tempted to
Give a
uh,
shot.
give Max a shot, given how much people rave about editing on it. But that probably I'm gonna end up going
2
with
lakhs
this
is
laptop.
really crazy.
Yeah.
How earpiece and a proximity sensor works on Mi Mix as its bezel-less.
So they've got a piezoelectric,
Ceramic driver.
yeah, something. So yeah, we haven't gotten our hands on the Mi Mix, so haven't got a chance to test it out. What we know is exactly what you can read online.
Yeah.
So
And as for proximity sensor, it uses an ultrasonic sensor. So
yeah.
it doesn't just work on the top of the display but throughout the display.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
How does Mi Band 2 compete against other fitness trackers? Is it really worth it?
I would answer it, but he's the one who reviewed it, so I'm gonna let him take a
Alright.
crack at it.
That said, he's the one who uses
Fitness
Fitbit, right?
trackers.
So, in the few days I used the Mi Band 2, I did like it. It tracks 3 weeks.
You said few
Almost.
days.
Alright. I really liked it. I liked how it tracks steps. It is pretty accurate. And the sleep tracking is also accurate, but it does miss a lot of the social aspect where Fitbit really excels at. So that's one major thing that Mi Band 2 misses here. So he'll talk more about the social aspect of Fitbit and how it actually helps him with his fitness.
Yeah. So, guys, as far as fitness trackers go, for me the main thing is like what you said, the social aspects of it. So whether it's, I mean, when it comes to motivating yourself to keep moving and whatnot, it's not just the number of steps tracked. When you look at a lot of reviews, they talk about the accuracy of the tracker, but it doesn't really matter as long as it's relatively accurate. As in, like if it's consistently 10% higher or consistently 10% lower, that's totally fine. Because end of the day, it's just a metric, some numbers to put to show what activity you've undertaken.
It needs to be consistent. The next day you would know that you walked more or less than
Yeah.
the previous day.
Exactly. So that way, the Mi Band 2 is quite decent. If you're going to use it, I mean, if you want an entry level fitness tracker to get into the fitness tracking stuff, then yes. But if you have the money to spare, definitely any Fitbit would work better just because of the social aspect of things. Competing with somebody else, or at least just knowing that your friends are like have clocked in so many steps and like you're behind, just stuff like that helps you keep motivated.
Among festivals in tech, launches, CES, MWC, keynotes by Google, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, which one do you look forward to the most?
Uh, okay, which one do I? MWC probably, or IFA,
Or any?
because of the note launches in IFA, and then that takes me to the Note 7.
For me, it would be right now. I don't know, but until a few years back, I would look forward to every keynote from Steve Jobs.
Okay,
Don't you? Honestly,
not really.
not really. All right.
I wasn't really to be honest, I wasn't really following Apple back then.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd read about it later on, but I wouldn't actually
Yeah, even I.
track it.
Okay. So there's this one particular keynote that I loved a lot. It's from due to the issue antenna gate of the iPhone 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we had that issue with signal. So Steve Jobs actually presented something. What do you say? Compensation, maybe something like that. He spoke about how it happens on other phones as well. So people would go like, this is what Apple always does. They'll say it's all the problem is there with every other phone too. But then he gives another solution with which most people would be okay with, but still some people would not be okay with it. And then he came up with another solution. I know I'm just getting a little too. Okay, I'll post a link on Twitter. I actually did a few weeks back. I'll do it again on Twitter. I'll share with you guys. Just go through that. Also, I love the keynote of the original iPhone. That was amazing. Have you watched that?
All I remember with the original iPhone is somebody coming out and talking to the reporters and someone and actually dropping the phone, I guess. That's the only thing I remember about it.
As it's Diwali time, what will be that gadget that you would like to send to space with your Diwali rocket?
And what's the question about basically? I mean, is it
Something
the one I
you
like a lot or the one I don't like? Okay, the one I
Don't
dislike, that's easy. You guys know it. Say it with me. Okay, now I'm gonna count to three and then you guys, I know I'm not gonna be able to see it right now, but picture that I'm actually in front of you and say it along with me. 1, 2, 3. J2 2016. Say it once again. If you'd missed it, J2 2016. Wouldn't we all like to just pretend that phone never existed?
Wouldn't we all? You can't include those millions of people who bought it.
Yeah, Samsung's marketing.
Will you buy the Surface Studio, and what astonished you more, Surface Studio or the new Mac?
Okay, Surface Studio, is it available in India? As in, have they given
not
out
right
pricing?
now, no.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. Surface Studio, totally not sure. So as of now, I'm not. What do you say? I'm looking. I don't want a all-in-one. That's an all-in-one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like how. I do like the innovation they've taken into it.
iMacs
And,
have been there for ages, right?
And here's
Okay,
exactly where he cuts me off. It's gonna flash. Alright, I'm spoiling it for you guys, but the flash you see, that's he cuts me off. Okay, so anyway, I like where Microsoft's going with it. Honestly speaking, I forget what's that called, the knobbly thing.
Dial.
Whatever. So I did see some videos about it that intrigued me, but as far as a desktop goes, I've got it covered. Not looking to get one right now, but for a laptop is something I've been hunting for a long time.
Especially being in India.
Yeah. So the Mac, I still don't say no. I still don't say yes. I'm kind of a little bit confused.
The price is what's.
No, not really. So I'm looking to get something in that budget, but I've never used Mac before, so I don't know if I'd be happy with the OS. I don't want to buy it and then, man, this is not for me.
Yeah, I get it. As for what astonished me more, the USP of the Studio would be that dial, and the Mac would be the touch bar.
The touch bar is a joke. I mean,
The dial is a joke.
Dial is not a joke. The touch bar is just a touch
dial is-
screen. As in every manufacturer is putting a touch screen right on the screen.
All right.
And here you don't make the screen touch. You just make a one small strip touch, and that's innovation. I mean, seriously, see, I totally am for the
I
performance
agree that
MacBooks
the
deliver.
small touchscreen, instead of making the huge display a touchscreen, is kind of ridiculous. But then we need to
It's
look at
still
the
Apple, so it's
implementation.
innovate. Exactly. See, again,
No,
in other words,
we need to wait. Okay, till date, we've seen from the past, Apple has implemented a lot of things better than other brands. So
Okay.
even now, I'm guessing, I'm just predicting that Apple will put the touch bar to use more than what Microsoft will do with the dial.
Okay, guys, by the way, I just cut out because our water cooler was making some noise and I did look it up. It's the Surface Dial. So, anyway, I do believe Microsoft, I don't know if they're going to do a lot with it. It might turn out to be a gimmick, but again, that is Apple removing all ports from the MacBook. Again, I don't want
Okay,
to.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, everything's ridiculous, but since Apple does it, it's innovative, so they implement it better than other brands.
It's not innovative.
Okay, so let's. And I'm pretty sure somebody right now, right this minute, as we are talking, is typing, "Why are you always contradicting him? You keep contradicting him. Why is he even there? Why are you contradicting him?" It's called having an opinion, dude. Alright, take a chill pill. It's called having an opinion.
Even I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Xperia XZ, is it better than the S7?
No. Short answer. I'm going to give a one-word answer now for these questions. No.
I was expecting
No.
an elaborate answer. I myself haven't heard.
Display. AMOLED. Exynos 8890, Snapdragon 820. Exynos. Audio output. Internal speaker. Samsung. Camera. Samsung. Maybe, I mean, give me a couple of hours, I'll sit and put together a complete draft and I'll probably figure out one or two things that Sony does better.
No, internal speaker is not.
Nah, Samsung. So, at the same price, there's no competition. It's the S7. Camera is the S7. There might be something in the camera, one or two things that might do better. Again, I'm in the process of testing it. These are my initial impressions. Take them with a grain of salt. Here's a big disclaimer.
Apple claims that including only Type-C ports in their new Mac lineup is future-proof. How do you think they can justify it?
Okay, we just discussed this.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't know. See, I'm okay with it. Okay, it's okay. I don't have a problem with the brand trying something. Please don't call it innovation. Okay, if someone wants to give something a shot, that's fine. But removing ports is not innovation. And if it were innovation, if 3.5mm headphone jacks were supposed to go, why are they on the MacBook Pros? If they can be on the MacBook Pros, why not on the iPhone?
Exactly. I like Apple. I would have somehow tried to justify this one thing that Mac did, but it's ridiculous that they have the Lightning port on the iPhone and USB-C on the MacBook. It's not.
Make it as difficult as possible for an Android user, for an Apple user to jump to Android, or the other way. I don't know.
I saw this picture on Twitter. I also retweeted it. Apple's most successful product line, adapters.
Yeah, I also saw something on Twitter. Is this Ash Answers or is this tell us what you saw on Twitter? Please post a comment. But yeah, I saw something on Twitter that was like, if Apple were supposed to announce the adapters, they can't really do our best adapter yet, because they've got 17 of them.
Is it good to put your phone on charge throughout the night so that I can wake up with 100% charge in the morning?
Yep, no issues.
Yeah, nowadays the charge gets cut off, right?
Yeah, it's been no issues for like years and years now. So absolutely no issues.
What's your opinion on Mi Note 2? Is it a replacement for Galaxy Note 7?
Nothing can replace the Note 7 or any Samsung Galaxy Note. The digitizer, the Wacom digitizer is the whole difference over here. There are a lot of big phones. There are a lot of big phones with beautiful displays that have great whatever. But what sets Samsung's Galaxy Note line apart? By the way, this video is powered by Lenovo's UK and not Samsung Galaxy Note. But yeah, what sets the Galaxy Note apart is the fact that it's got the digitizer, it's got the stylus. It's extremely sensitive. So for me, what I love about it is I can just
like S Pen and its functions.
No, not really the functions. For me, it's just browsing. Hitting a small link. I don't have to keep pinching to zoom and then like hitting the link. I can just tap onto the stylus. It makes browsing a pleasure. It makes just scribbling down something or the other. I make absolutely no sense at times. I just want to pull the stylus out and write something. Okay, it makes absolutely no sense, but it's something I do. If I'm like, what do you say? Whenever I'm reviewing the phone or I'm doing something, I like taking it out. Even when I'm like reviewing a different phone, I generally jot down notes on the Note series from time to time. And right now, because I had the Note 7, I sold my Note 5 to a friend of mine and he lost the phone, so I can't even get it back from him. I don't want to buy another Note 5. And my Note 7 has been returned. So this is the first time. And I broke the
Note 4.
Yeah, he broke the Note 4. So this is the first time we don't have a working Galaxy Note in studio. Okay, the reason why
I asked him not to return the Galaxy Note 7.
Yeah, he wanted me to do a live stream of Will It Explode. And my answer to that was like, do you think Samsung's not doing it? Samsung has like 1,000 employees. who've got their phones plugged in and trying to figure out. It's not like every phone explodes. So
I know.
anyway, the reason why I say we don't have a working note in the office is because we do have one. It's not working. I don't know where it is. It was
It's the
here
original note.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It's somewhere over here. It's I still have the original Galaxy Note. That's what we started the channel with, so it's still there, but it doesn't work anymore.
Is image processing a hardware thing or is it a software thing, which I can change by changing the camera app or by any other means? Image processing is actually both a hardware and a software thing. So with hardware, it's the image signal processor. It's a dedicated processor for processing images, and software also plays a very important role in processing the image. So yeah, changing from one app to another, it definitely makes a bit of a difference when it comes to the image quality. So you can change, but I think the best quality it would be from the stock camera.
Most probably.
Most probably. Is the Xiaomi Mi Mix the future of phones? Like the bezel-less design, is it going to be launched in India?
No, it is not coming to India. Yeah, check out that video. But I do see phones bezels shrinking in the future. If you look at the Mi Mix, I don't know if that's going to be how brands go, because right now, you look at the bezels on it, you look at the bezels on a...
I think that there are bezels in the Mi Mix. There are bezels on the sides.
We have it flashing right now. Asks me and then cuts me off. Continuing on.
Yeah, it's just that the top
Exactly.
is... Yeah.
The top,
There's
it's
no-
like very
the
thin
phone.
bezels around the phone, and they remove the earpiece and move the camera down. So
Even the Mi 5 has thin bezels.
yeah,
To the
you
sides,
can S7 Edge,
Yeah.
Mi Note 2, they have no bezels on two sides, much slimmer than what's on the Mi Mix. So I don't know how good the call quality or the earpiece or however you listen to calls, how good that is. That's probably going to make or break the technology. If that is quite good, we might see other brands try something like this, because Sharp has been doing it for like 2 years now.
And I also would have liked to see the capacitive buttons instead of the on-screen buttons. There is some space at the bottom,
No,
right?
they're filling it up. They've got everything over there. So they want a higher screen to body ratio. It's around 80.
91%.
No, that's wrong. That was false information.
Okay.
Here's check out the description on why it's false information. I have a link there. Who are your favorite cricketers?
Virender Sehwag, Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni, Gautam Gambhir.
Dhoni.
All of them are batsmen. Okay. What about
Dhoni, Ashwin, Raina from Afridi.
Afridi?
Yeah. The man's a legend.
One more.
One more.
Chris Gale.
Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid should have gone. That should have been the first thing. Yeah. Okay, I like this question. What about the best VR headsets below rupees 3,000? Waiting for your review to pick one from them. Hey Bhunesh, now...
And C4E hash.
What? Yeah, but he's keeping me in the loop. Okay. So
No, I didn't see my name there.
exactly. So yeah, Bhunesh, pick a number.
It's coming soon.
If you're gonna picture this as a queue of people waiting, you're right behind me, because I'm waiting for it. I've been asking him. I have no idea. He's not even sending me a list of what he wants.
Okay, I've got the C5 review to be done next, and then what, the cool one, right?
Right now there are about 83 people typing C5. Who the hell wants a C5 review? Okay, and yeah, I agree. But still,
He needs it.
I know. He spent 4 weeks testing the phone. 4 weeks. So after
For you
4
guys.
weeks,
Needs to be very accurate.
so the Mi 5 that you left at home and didn't bring it back, that was also for those guys.
That was a different
Pure
thing.
laziness.
For personal testing.
Yeah, right. So yeah, he spent 4 weeks with the C5. So I'm like, alright, dude, if you spent 4 weeks on it, then better put out a review. So he's going to be doing the C5 review, and
Then the cool one,
cool one, yeah, he's going to do it because I've got
and 2 surprise speed tests.
by surprise, he means it's too late for it to matter, but I'm gonna push it like I pushed the Pebble Time Steel review. I mean, which again, as a shout out, here's a card.
Thanks for this thing. I think it's the Pixel, but it's not the Pixel.
I know it's not a Pixel. It's not a. It's
Why
not.
do you have to say it to them?
It's not a good surprise. It's like a. You expect something and you're like, oh, that kind of surprise. It's coming soon. Stay tuned.
No,
if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We've got.
You're gonna love it.
surprises.
Actually, you're actually gonna love it.
Okay. The view.
Okay, all right. Back to the question.
We are headsets, so we are all waiting. We are waiting.
We are all waiting. Yeah.
Headsets.
Give me a month.
2 months. I mean, last month he told me the same. The month before he told me the same.
I've got my exams.
But he still keeps
next week.
cricket tweeting, watching
Tweeting
Walking
takes
Dead.
what? Like how much time does it take to type
watching
140
Walking
characters?
Dead, discussing Watching Dead,
Walking Dead is
spoiling
like
it
the
for
top-
people.
I didn't spoil it.
You did.
I didn't.
You did.
What did I say?
Someone who replied to you spoiled it. And that's still on
That's
you.
not my mistake. That's not
on
on
you.
me. All right. Again, back to the question. Give me a month, or maybe less. I've actually sent him the links to get the VR headset. He hasn't bought them yet. Otherwise, I would have started testing it by now.
You wanted to start? Okay.
That's
There you go. You can start. He wanted to start. Here's one. Start. Okay, so now for the rest of the video, he's gonna.
no. This isn't gonna be in my list.
But you can start somewhere.
I'm looking at less than 2,000 rupees. Is this less than 2,000? No, right?
Yes, it is. Okay, here you go. Start.
There are better VR headsets than this.
But then why was this on your list? I'm gonna
This
screenshot.
is-
I'm gonna screenshot the
No,
WhatsApp.
it
now.
isn't on my list.
Okay, then I'm gonna Photoshop and then screenshot. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna be back right after this break, where I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna set stuff up.
What's the best and the worst part of being a YouTuber?
The best part of being a YouTuber is you guys, and the worst part
Most
of
of
being
you guys.
Nah.
Okay.
See, he keeps interrupting everything. Everything. I had such a nice statement. The best part about being a YouTuber is you guys. And then pause. Dramatic effect. And then go, the worst part of being a YouTuber is again you guys. Okay, but then right when I was pausing for effect. Okay, you know what? He's got a nice idea. Let's steal his thunder. Okay.
You know, I was gonna say the best part of being a YouTuber is most of you guys, and the worst part is the rest of you. See, that's better.
But I started it.
Alright.
Apple, take others' ideas, refine it. Apple fanboy, take my ideas, refine it. See, he even stopped trying to say he's not a fanboy anymore. He's admitted it.
Nah, I'm not a fanboy.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
Wanna
it.
do more.
That's it. Alright guys, that's all the time. That's not all the time we've had. That's all the questions we've had for this episode. So
Not my mistake. I picked 16 questions and it's still not enough.
yeah, and it's around what? 1 o'clock in the night, Diwali night, so of course night is the only time we could shoot because of the noise. I got some new noise managing stuff, so hopefully the audio quality is better this episode than the last. And if you don't know how the audio quality was in the last episode, here's a card. Check it out. Go watch another Ash Answers episode. So, it's Ash Answers.
To waste 30 more minutes of your life.
So, yeah. He just said watching Ash Answers is a waste.
Okay, kill 30 more minutes of the time you have. Whatever.
Disappointing. Now you understand why I don't let him talk. Okay. Anyway, coming back, that's all the number of questions he screenshotted. So, in case we've not gotten to your question this time, sorry about it. Tweet out to us with the hashtag AshAnswers. We will try to get to you next week. If we don't, again, we're going to apologize and ask you to tweet the week after. Anyway, that's it for now. A big shout out to Lenovo ZUK, our sponsors for this video. Do check out their latest phone, the Zero Plus. We will leave a link in the description below. And you're going to do the outro.
Yeah, so that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech.
Leaving for the moment. You have a nice day. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers powered by Lenovo ZUK. Ash Answers is a show where we
You messed along with Sundar.
Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host for today's episode of Ash Answers powered by Lenovo's UK. I didn't mention the name along with my co. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech and welcome to the... Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Alright. Actually, image processing is both a hardware and a software thing. There is a dedicated processor for that, image signal processor. But software also plays an important role when it comes to...
You know, I was drinking water, right? So you're gonna have to do it again.
Alright. Okay, image processing...
Ask the question first.
I asked the question.
You need to read it again.
Why?
Okay. So image processing is both the hardware and software. So it's funny when you do it. As in every single time you rip my answer, that's funny.
I don't do this
every time
exactly.
we cut, we have an issue, we cut, and then we come back and I say, okay, you start.
You see, I just avoid the mistakes I did the previous time. I don't just rip
Meaning
off
basically take my stuff. Okay, go on.
So image processing, okay, you can actually say it if you want.
He's like C4E Tech's kind of like our Oppo F1s. He's like our image processing expert. So yeah, continue. And we are back.
Not actually.
I know, that's why I paused. And we are back. And we really are back now. So